Hey everyone, it's Matt here, and today we're going to talk about how to do affiliate marketing in a podcast. And this video is inspired by Joshua Dillard, who asked, hey Matt, how do I work affiliate marketing into my podcast? My podcast is the primary vehicle with which I drive traffic to my site. It's my number one source of income right now for my own products. But how do I work affiliate marketing into that? How do I work affiliate offers and products into that? Well, today I'm going to share 4 to actually 5 tips with you, Joshua, and everyone watching this with you guys. And this is not a comprehensive list, but it's kind of best practices to make sure that you're doing affiliate marketing the right way on your podcast. And it starts with number 1, talk about your experience with the product. My recommendation is to do an entire dedicated episode about it. And so what that might mean in your case is you finish taking a product, they are taking a course or using a product. Maybe it's a new tool that you found, and you figure out a way to talk about that on your podcast. And my suggestion for that, especially if it's a course, is to go through the journey that you took. So for instance, I'll take Ray Edwards' Copywriting Academy, for example. I would spend the first, let's say my average episode was 30 minutes. I would spend the first 5 minutes talking about the struggle, using Ray's pastor's formula, the problem, the pain, the person. Well, the person's me. The problem that I had is that I didn't know how to write copy. The pain is that, man, my business was suffering. I wasn't making a whole lot of money as a result. And then I would spend the next few minutes amplifying that and talking about how, literally I was on the cusp of quitting online business, because making $20,000-$30,000 a year, it's not a living. Thankfully I had my regular client work that I was doing, but I was on the verge of just giving up on it. It wasn't worth the amount of time I was putting in. It was to make, you say, well, $20,000-$30,000 a year, that's actually like half of what the average American makes, and that was on the side, but the amount of time that I was putting in was not worth it. I would be better off spending that, doing client work. And then I would work, I would tell my story. That's the S. I would talk about then, well, what was the transformation? What was the transformation that I had? Well, I went through this course called Copywriting Academy. And then I would talk about what Copywriting Academy is. And you don't need to literally give like a blow-by-blow breakdown, but I would say, hey, I went through this Copywriting Academy. Here are the 3 to 5 main things that I learned. I applied them. Here were the results. The results for me are my open rates almost went up 50% just by working with Ray. My click-through rate was up 60%, and you can do the math, like my revenue immediately, no other changes, went up about the same amount. Actually, it almost doubled. It almost doubled. I think it was like 92% that my revenue went up for my online business. Well, think about $25,000 before. Now it's like $48,000. That's a little bit more doable. And that $48,000 was a lot easier. I spent less time to make almost twice as much money. So I would dedicate an entire episode and just talk about your experience. Obviously, you can do an interview with the product creator. That's number 2. And there you're just going to talk about them and talk about their product and talk about more, same kind of thing. Talk about what's the problem, have them amplify the problem, tell some stories, share some testimonials, and make an offer. And ask for a response. Again, the pastor's formula. Third, you can do some ad spots. That's a great way to do it. You don't need to have an official advertiser. I've done this before where I literally just recorded a 30 to 60 second spot. And the great thing about a podcast, it's not radio. It doesn't have to be 29 and a half seconds. I recorded a 46 second spot once for Jeff Goins. And I just recorded this spot and said, hey, here's what I want to tell you about. Jeff Goins' new book is out. Go get it. Here's a link. That was kind of the general message. And you can insert that, anywhere in the podcast. It doesn't have to be an ad. Mine was an ad. I had background music. It was pre-recorded. You could just naturally segue into it. I think, Michael O'Neill does a great job of that on the Solopreneur Hour, where he'll just kind of segue into an ad for a minute. And you almost don't know it. You almost don't know. You have no idea that it's coming. And as soon as he's done, you're back to what you were doing. But if it piques your curiosity, you're all over that offer. So you can do an ad spot. Fourth, you can do an episode directing people to the free training. Essentially, this is a shorter episode talking about just the free training. So if they've got pre-launch content, PLC, do a quick episode. It literally could be like a 5-minute episode, depending upon how long your normal episode is, and just direct them to the free training. Or you could do an ad directing them to the free training. It doesn't have to be an ad, like an ad or an episode directly about a product. John Lee Dumas, speaking of Ray Edwards earlier, won Ray Edwards' first affiliate launch for Copywriting Academy. We're talking probably $75,000 to $100,000 in sales. The entire webinar directed people to a webinar. All right, I said the entire webinar directed people to a webinar. The entire episode that Ray recorded with John directed people to a webinar, a free webinar. He had 2,000 registrations, and the sales were just, literally, he ran away with the contest, guys. And, it was remarkable. They weren't trying to sell him anything. John just got on and raved about Ray and said, Ray's my copywriting guy. Oh my goodness, here's how he helped my business. Go sign up for this free webinar, and people did. So those are the 4 ways to really work it in. I said I had 5, and the 5th is just a reminder, one last note, to make sure you use a pretty link for all of your affiliate links. Do not try to read the full URL. Do not even try to read anything that's long. You have, like eofire.com/copy or myawesomepodcast.com/Hyatt, /Matt, /goals, /tribe, for Jeff Goins Tribe Rider, something like that. You want to keep it super, super easy, and we recommend using Pretty Link for that. If you want to use my affiliate link, just go to my toolbox, mattmcwilliams.com/toolbox. I have an affiliate link for Pretty Link, but it's free. You will probably want to upgrade to the Pro, but you can get started without using the Pro, and it's completely free, the light version. I use the light version for forever. So highly recommend Pretty Link, and you got to use Pretty Link if you're a podcaster, guys. So again, guys, I'm Matt McWilliams from Affiliate Launches Made Simple, and if you're watching this anywhere other than mattmcwilliams.com, make sure to head on over to mattmcwilliams.com. I've got tons of free resources that'll help you not only increase your affiliate revenue, but I'm also going to show you how to find affiliates if that's something you're looking for, and you should be. So again, head on over there to mattmcwilliams.com. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.